Start recording. Alrighty, this is a VOD review for ManjoJammin's Lucio on Hanamura. So, ManjoJammin is also known as Pat, and I will be addressing him as such. Hello, Pat.
Hello.
Alright, so just a few questions before we start. For crossfade, do you have it on toggle or hold?
No, I have it on toggle.
Toggle?
Mhm.
I feel like hold is better, personally. Because, like, there's certain situations, like, if you get, let's say you get, like, May Frozen, or, like, I think, like, any sort of stun, or, like, sleep or something, you can actually keep holding down, like, shift or whatever button you have it on,
Mhm.
and, you can stay on speed boost, actually, while you're frozen or stunned or what have you. So it might be a good idea to try that out. Second question, not much of a question, more of a statement. I think you should stop playing like DSP Stanky. Like, completely. You just don't have like the aim to do it, and it seems like you need to practice wall riding a lot more to do it. This whole like game, I'll like give you examples, but I feel like it's really it's not very good. And you need to just like play Lucio like the standard, like how everybody else kind of plays it, because I feel like that's just so much more useful for your team. I honestly don't really like DSP Stanky's style too much. It's really good for solo queue, but only if you like can get kills and have good aim. But if you don't have those, just playing the basic Lucio style is much better. So here, first push. I don't really have too many comments until like about like 4 minutes in, but I mean, honestly, just kind of a few things to go over. I feel like you should be pressing tab a lot more. You only kind of press it when you're waiting here in the room or like in between rounds. That information is actually a lot. Like, especially playing as Lucio, where you want to be a player that's kind of controlling the flow of the game because of your speed boosts and your ultis. You really need that information to be able to just like figure out like, oh, like what people on my team have ultis right now. What's my sort of team comp, so I can, should I even stay Lucio right now, or should I play something like Zenyatta or like or Anna? Like it's a lot of, it's free information basically, and by not doing it, you can see like enemies switching heroes and all that. So I definitely think you should be pressing that a lot more often. Here you only really need to be staying on speed boost. Kind of switch to healing. There's no real point. Didn't take damage yet. Yeah, nothing really going on here. I mean, like, personally, I really don't like jumping around. Like, if you're gonna play like DSP Stanky, I would say only do it in like a 1v1 scenario, where it's like you're actually going to be able to like focus down on that single person and be able to dodge their shots and everything, and you could pick up a kill by outskilling them. But like in this situation, you're just kind of jumping around on walls for nothing. You're kind of like losing line of sight on your teammates. Like, you don't really accomplish anything by doing this. I mean, you don't really lose line of sight, but you get my point. Like, it doesn't really accomplish anything.
Mhm.
So, here I'm not quite sure how your Reinhardt is alive. You kind of go in this really aggressive position that I'm not really a fan of. I feel like right there after your Reinhardt went in and May wall went down, I think that you guys could have actually like maybe tried to regroup with him and push in, since he already kind of like broke through. But yeah. But like right there, like with the whole like playing like DSP Snacky, like you kind of like go in, try to get some shots on Lucio, then go out. Like, if you're gonna do it, you kind of have to like fully commit.
Yeah.
You need to fully commit and go for kills. Otherwise, it's just kind of, you're kind of like half-assing it, and like it's just not doing anything productive. Like, you're just losing out on time healing and speed boosting your teammates.
I think my objective there was more so not to try and attack the Lucio. Like to be honest, like I didn't even know that Lucio was gonna be there until I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't know where the Rhine was going, so I was hoping like, oh, if I can get
Maybe meet
like
up with
within
him.
line of sight, yeah, I could at least like try speed boosting him out or heal him if he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So just seeing the Lucios, it was just instinctively like, oh, let me like land a shot in him or so. But then I realized the Rhine, like if you see he's all the way back there,
Mm-hmm.
that to me I was like, okay, so I should just pull back out and then regroup with the team
Yeah.
just to heal them. But yeah, like I wasn't necessarily going for the Lucio there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I agree. Like
You should just stick with the team. Like, the fact that you have auras that affect every single person on the team, like, you should just be, like, kind of
Yeah.
planted, I feel.
I mean, I'm definitely like constantly checking the center, like indication just to make sure that I am like my auras are affecting, my teammates.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously right now I can't get up to 5 because Ryan's all
Yeah,
the way back.
Ryan's all the way
in
back
fucking
there.
nowhere, but yeah.
But, I mean, like, yeah, like, here Reinhardt goes in, you kind of go up, like, okay, like, I can meet up with him. But then you put
Yeah.
yourself in just, like, a straight-up dangerous position here, you know?
Mm-mm.
Like, it's not worth it. Like, maybe you can meet up with him, but he's in a dangerous position himself. So now you're getting
Right.
yourself out of position to maybe help him. He's like he's like way back there. You're not gonna be able to help him for another at least like 5 seconds. Maybe you could go for this 5 seconds later, speed boost him out. But you gotta like allocate your time better and just realize that's way too way too hard of a position to be going for. Like way too
Mhm.
dangerous. And also like here, like you kind of just have to chill, wait for Reinhardt to come back. Your Ana just goes way out of position. I also want to see you use boops a lot more often in general. Like right here, if you didn't kind of just waste like where you got heal, you just amped it up here for absolutely no reason. It just kind of didn't really do much. Like you can't push in with the speed boost. There was no one really getting like bursted by damage, so you could have saved that. It's a really long cooldown, like 14 seconds after use, 12 seconds like after it's completely done, but lasts
Mhm.
for like 2 seconds. But like,
I actually have a question about the
Yes.
amp it up. So it affects the current song that you're on. Now, if you swap while amp it up is still going, is it does it then affect the song you swap to, or is it
Yeah.
affecting? So, like for instance, if I amp it up on speed boost and then I switch to healing, is it no longer amping up speed boost? It's now amping up healing.
That is correct. The instant that you switch is the instant that it starts amping that ability.
Okay, but it does, because I did hear that there is some, like continuation,
Like
there's
spillover.
yeah, there's like a lingering effect from the previous aura.
I think it's like it's a little negligible. Like it's a tiny bit, but like it's not enough to be like, oh, I'm gonna speed boost for half a millisecond, then start healing. I mean,
Right.
you can do that personally for like Lucio yourself. You can actually, I think, keep the momentum of the speed boost by hopping, but
Yeah.
I think they might have patched that out, or it's just not that efficient. But
Mhm.
like you can, I think you can like bunny hop. I think that's like bee hopping or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you have to like get the timing perfect, or else you lose momentum. So,
Right.
but I mean, amp it up. You really want to be using it for those speed boosts, or like you want to be saving it for like be like, okay, team, we're going to push in right now. I'm going to speed boost in 3, 2, 1. You need to count that down. You need to call out every single speed boost. Otherwise, it's wasted. You're not going to be able to get your like. It's like the strongest basic ability in the game, really. Well, not the strongest, but it's really game changing because that sudden push in like just really disorients a lot of teams, and yeah, I mean, like whenever you use speed boost, you need to use it with like a push in mind.
Mhm.
You can't just use it like willy nilly unless like you're going for like, even still like you can't just use it like randomly. You just gotta use it whenever you want to push or whenever you really want to like win a skirmish, or say like your teammates like in danger, like a Mei is trying to slow them, you can speed boost them out of there. Like they're like you mostly want to use it for pushing though, like 90% of the time. So you kind of use it here, don't really get anything out of the healing or the speed. And that kind of leads to the next situation. Anna goes down just because she's out of position. But then right here, you have a couple seconds left on Amp It Up's cooldown. And had you had it up, you could have healed your teammates. You could have done Amp Heal and then boop Reinhardt out of here. But, you didn't really go for either of it. I mean, you couldn't go for the Amp It Up because, no one was there. But, you could have definitely gone for at least a boop. Like, you really need to use the boop, like, offensively, like, to save people, I would say. Because, like, you can save yourself from a lot of situations. You could save your teammates from a lot of situations just by pressing that right click or whatever you have it bound to. Like, right here, you could have saved your entire team from the Reinhardt just smacking them. You could have saved you could have probably saved both of them. Right here, Brian, he gets frozen by Mei. You can boop her right out of there. This whole time, it's just on cooldown. So, like, yeah, you're falling back right here, but you instead of, like, trying to save Brian, you just end up shooting a turret.
Okay.
Like,
I'll speed boost us in.
I mean, your team comp's pretty fucking shitty. You have a Widowmaker who's not getting any picks, and I would honestly, like, I know your team wasn't in, like, team comms whatsoever, but, you need to tell that Widow to either, like, start getting picks or to hop off onto a good character or something.
Yeah, I made it clear in, like, the very beginning of the video that I probably wasn't going to be making as many shot calls as I did, like, in the Ana gameplay. But then towards, I think it was when we were on defense is when I was like, okay, like, I have to start making more calls because it's like so situational because sometimes you'll get a team that, like, someone definitely wants to be a shot caller. Other time, like, more likely than not, no one else wants to do it.
Well, the thing is, you're the support player, especially playing Lucio on offense. You really need to be that shot caller because you have the ability to tell your team, okay, we're all going in right now. You have the 6-man aura, the 6-man speed boost to be like, okay, we're gonna, we got to pick from Widow. We're going in right now. 3, 2, 1 speed boost. Like, you need to play Lucio as a team player. Because he does it so well. He really does the whole just like being able to group a team together so well, because the speed boost, the healing aura, like his ulti, sound barrier, it's so good for just team fighting and team coordinating. That's the game that you want to play. You want to play like the macro game rather than the micro game. You want to play the team fight rather than the skirmishes. So, yeah, I mean, it's you need to be the shot caller if you're going to be playing Lucio. At least call speed boost. That, like, you need to be calling that. If you're not calling it, then it's just kind of it's a waste.
Okay. When we get a pick, I'll speed boost us in.
Yeah. I mean, the only way that you guys can really, like, reliably push this in is if Widowmaker gets picks, and then, like, you guys push in after. But even then, you have Maywall, you have Symmetra turrets. I would honestly say, like, yo, Brian, could you switch to Winston? I know he's not very good on Winston, but just be like, yo, man, just take out turrets. And then, like, he can do so much as Winston in this situation. So he walks through the main choke point, okay? He left clicks and fucking moves his mouse like a maniac. He gets turrets, okay? And then, at the same time, he's also baiting out Maywall, which he could just jump right over the wall again. So, like, he could get so much work done by doing this. And that's kind of like the macro that I'm talking about with Lucio. Like, okay, we need this sort of switch to the team comp in general, so that we can actually make a successful push. So I definitely, like, if things aren't working out in the first couple of tries, I would say maybe switch something up. I know, like, ulti timings, like, it takes a lot longer to get ultis, but sometimes it's a core, like, part of the, like, the core team comp is what like the issue is with pushing. And like he's not getting any picks on Roadhog. Widow's not getting any picks on Widowmaker. Like I would just be like, yo guys, you gotta switch. Like we're not gonna win this way. So like I don't think I've seen Brian get a hook this game, like at all. Right here you're just kind of like fucking around on the wall again. You only have 2 people in aura. Like you don't need to hide to get like your speed boost off. Like you could just straight up be with the team. I think it's just better that way. Like you keep just like dropping line of sight. Yeah, like you go 3, 4, then you like drop down to 2. You get the speed boost. You guys push in without taking out turret, like without any like prior anything. Like you guys, like, okay, let's talk about right here. So you guys just play like the shield battle right here. And you're just kind of like, okay, DPSing shields and then just healing your teammates right here. You just play to get ulti right now. You just play to get ulti. You know, go in once like shield goes down, try to take out turrets, fall back. Like I think you really need the Winston here or D.Va, like to just stop that Mei, because like that Mei splitting up the team is really bad. But yeah, like you only get 3 people pushing in onto point at the same time. McCree gets taken out. Widow's chilling in the back. Brian's behind. I think you really need to ult here to save the Ana.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
Like,
I don't know if I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You really need to save her. If you get another, like, you guys pretty much have numbers advantage right now, but saving her just like makes it that much faster. Like you're like half your team. Like I think you lose 2 people right now. Oh no, Brian got the hook on Soldier and was able to kill him. But yeah, you lose Reinhardt. Like it could have been so much smoother had you saved that Ana, I feel. Like right now you're able to just McCree just like jumps down to point because he's like, okay, I know that they don't have res or anything. Then you're just kind of like jumping around on the wall there. Like right now you just make the call, okay, let's just go on to point, we have numbers advantage. Like it's literally just 3, like especially with that Widow pick, like it's just fucking like 3v2, 4v2. Like you guys have this closer spawn. You should probably heal boost that McCree there. I don't know what he's doing, ulting right next to turrets, but you still need to save his life. Yeah. I mean, the rest of this point, nothing really goes on. But yeah, the second point, I feel like a lot of the issue is just like your team not grouping whatsoever.
We have 3 ults.
Yeah, like you call out ults, but then like your team doesn't group for like 5 years. Yeah. And you're just kind of like jumping around here. Like I really don't like the jumping around unless you're going to be like a nuisance to somebody, or like I don't know, like unless like you can only do that if you're going for kills. To be honest, like I there's no point to be like jumping around on the roofs, climbing the walls, like because you're not getting any closer to like the grouping of your team or the objective. No one else is going to follow you up there. Like what the call right now should just be go up right side, everybody, like 6-man top right side, like let's just push. But a lot of the time is just spent jumping around on walls, Reinhardt just going on his own, fucking the rest of your team just jerking off, like a Widow gets picked. Like you guys are not grouped whatsoever. I know that goes back to like the whole like 3 stack on your team that's just kind of like by themselves, but you gotta be like, yo, do you want to win this game? Get into team chat. Like just fucking say that shit. If they're not gonna coordinate, like just that. Also, there's no reason to use amp it up right there. Just a laser push another 12 seconds. Like she's not gonna die here. She just tosses grenade at her feet. You speed boost her out, like not amp speed boost, just, you know, have speed on. but like right here you guys get high ground, but then you end up wall riding like off the cliff and then staying away from your team. Like you really need to like stay with your team right here. Like you shouldn't be jumping around. Like you go over here, fall down to the left, and then just fall down and you're stuck away from your team for like 25 seconds. Like I would say honestly go into a private match and just practice wall riding. Cause if you're gonna do stuff like this, like you have two people in your aura right now, the bulk of your team is on the top right side, and they're the people that actually need you right now, cause they're about to get Mei and Soldier ulted, I believe. Like you need to be up there with them, and yeah, like they're about to get Mei ulted, McCree dies, Anna dies, Roadhog dies, and you guys just lose point straight up because you kind of just like fell off point. And then you waste ulti.
Ah! What the fuck? That little, you see that fucking peg?
Like you just kind of, like that was an absolute waste of your ulti. And then it just delays pushing even more. You get a Winston, but then you lose Reinhardt. You're not playing a dive comp whatsoever, so Brian definitely needs to play Reinhardt. He needs to swap off Roadhog. I really don't think it's doing too much either. Like, I don't know. I feel like Brian needs to get off Roadhog completely. It just doesn't suit the team comp. I mean, your team comp is pretty shit because Widowmaker is not really doing too much. But I mean, yeah. Okay, you call for everyone to group. There's still only 3 people in team chat, so you can't really do that. And then you guys just end up jerking off on the left side for like 5 hours with only 3 people because you have no people to. There's like no one here. You should just also right here, Brian against Symmetra. He already used hook and he can't kill her. Just speed boost him the fuck out of there right away.
Just boop her away and then
boop her away, speed boost him right out because that damage amp just like letting it go, like that just goes up to I think it's like 150 per second or some shit like that. Level 3.
Shit is gross. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need a speed boost. Like once you know that he can't get that one shot for whatever reason, speed boost him right away and just boop that bitch. You need to be using the boop a lot more defensively. Like there are a lot of times where I just straight up like you can use speed boost just to like save a teammate's life. Like just speed boost in there, boop the enemy away, and then just run away because both of you are safe. See like enemy Roadhog hooks like someone, you boop Roadhog once like the hook is about to land on him or whatever. Once your teammate's about to land. And then it just makes it so he can't get the one shot. It's just you just completely save somebody's life for the cost of a 4 ammo and a 4-second cooldown, Like it's extremely worth it. It's a really good ability to be using constantly, especially with the 4-second cooldown. And your ammo's pretty much worthless anyway. Soldier just gets knocked off there.
Sorry, back. He was AFK.
Yeah, you guys just end up jerking off down here for a while. And you actually like, you really, like as Lucio, you need to coordinate your team. You're the pushing power, and since your team hasn't like been really doing anything, you just kind of not lose the game, but make it so you can't get this point. Yeah. I mean, the rest of this round, right here, I think you get 2 picks right here. Lucio, like both supports are down. I mean, Mercy's probably gonna come back and res, but I feel like you should, like, as soon as you see, where is it? Alright, shield generator's down, which stop push. Their Lucio is down. Like, you should just probably just speed boost in, like, right after this Mei ult. Like, just get everybody, just be like, go on to point right now. Everybody speed boost in. Because the people, like, Mei split off from the team just so she can't get rezzed. I think McCree probably died on point. But, like, you could just speed boost your whole team in here and just sound barrier and probably win. Get Brian here at the ult. Also, never do that. Never.
Yeah, actually, you'll hear me say it too.
Yeah, I know, but like, you really need to make sure, because like you can get interrupted in this time, or just it just delays it so long. Like they hear that call out, like you get like, I don't know, like Anna sleep dart or something. Like it's just like the delay is just so long that you can really fuck up everything. You need to use amp it up, I think here. You're kind of sitting on it for a really long time, I think. Yeah, there you go. But, I mean, that res just made it so you lost points, so it doesn't really matter too much. God, I hate when people play Widowmaker. Everyone's just, like, so bad. Like, I even watch, like, Jaden's fucking VODs, and, like, people are just so bad at, like, shooting. Like, he's playing Zenyatta, and, like, it just doesn't even make sense how bad they are. Like, okay, you're playing Widowmaker and fucking, like, diamonds, and you can't hit a Zenyatta. Like, Jaden's just, like, like, disrespects every single Widowmaker because they're always shit. But I'm just like, you can't disrespect that. She could just one-shot you, but he never gets shot. Right here, you just get, amp up off cooldown. Maybe you might have been able to save him if you amped it up, or like, you know, switch between healing speed. I mean, it was a tough call, but it's possible. Right here, the round's basically over. We'll probably switch to defense, but I mean, like, but yeah, like going to defense, like when you're pushing and you're Lucio, like you're basically the only hero in the game that has a basic ability that allows like pushes to happen. So you kind of need to be the one making callouts, like as an overall on offense. When you're playing Lucio in defense, you kind of just have to mirror their Lucio, and like if they speed boost in, you kind of have to speed boost too, so that like you kind of are an even playing field.
Yeah.
So your team comp's pretty shit here. If they picked Pharah, you just lose straight up. She's pretty popular at the moment, and like even in like lower level games or like platinum gold, like people still play it a lot. But yeah, she would have like completely destroyed this team comp. Turret's gone, like Junkrat gone, Hanzo can't hurt her. Like she's just basically completely invulnerable.
Yeah.
To your team comp. So like you really need to be like, yo, teammates get in chat, we need to switch up our team comp. Like you really need to get that 6-man team chat going. Yeah. I don't think you really need to, like, I think you ask here, like, oh, Symmetra going to go teleport or shield generator? I don't think you really need to ask that. I mean, like, either is fine. It's just completely situational which one you want to use.
I don't even think she placed anything down.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah, I know, but, like...
yeah.
It's completely situational and up to, like, what happens in the game. So, like, say you're playing, like, a lot... Like, this team comp, actually, shield generator would be really good, because you have, like, a lot of people that could use the little extra bit of survivability, like Hanzo, Symmetra, Junkrat, Zenyatta. Like, those are really good people for it. I actually read something today that was like, you know, you kind of want to use shield generator on squishier targets just to make them a little bit more, you know, just beefier, so that they're not going to be just fucking getting destroyed here. I also didn't really like that positioning right there. You're just kind of being dangerous for no reason. And that's kind of like another reason I don't like the whole DSP stanky playstyle. Is just like, you're kind of like putting yourself in unnecessary danger. Like you're in full view, like not Roadhog, Reaper. I mean, like you have the supports here. You got Soldier right around the corner, right there on the right, healing himself. Like he could just pop up, Helix Rocket, get a couple shots on you. You're almost dead. You know, Reaper tosses a shot up there, you're dead. And I mean, Hanzo's shooting from there too, so it's like you got like it's not like they're not looking up there. I mean, they aren't, but it's definitely a dangerous position. I feel like you shouldn't be. You should probably be taking a position either like here in the courtyard or like back by point here. Yeah, like this is kind of where you want to be. You have no damage fall off, and you want to play as safely as possible. Unless they get a Winston or something, you really don't want to be that close to the engage. But like if they do have a Winston, you can't be this far back because then you don't have your tank line to protect you. If they have flankers, Tracer, Genji, Winston, like Pharah, actually no, I wouldn't count Pharah. But like Tracer, Winston, Genji, like people who are gonna just like dive onto you, I would say you kind of want to stick closer, kind of where like Zen is, like around that corner by the rock. But like you want to be able to be protected by your tank line. That's what they're there for, especially since you're working with Brian. Yeah, I mean, like you don't want to get picked off by yourself there. But this is a good position for basically every other situation. Reaper's another one. You get help from Junkrat here. You really need to call out to Brian right here that Reaper's right behind him, because he could just start shredding him. I know he has like no health and your team's kind of looking at him, but he could just start taking out like half his health. You just call out like, "Yo, Brian, turn around to get a whack in." Like he's just focusing on frontlining right now. And I think that if you're going to be duoing, you really need to work with Brian more. Like I said before, like hero synergies mean a lot. Like, you know, Lucio Reinhardt's really good. Lucio Roadhog isn't going to be doing much. Like, Lucio Reinhardt's really good, though, because you could just speed boost, run right through the enemy's shield, and then Earth Shatter. Or just work with an Ana, and then, you know, get speed boost and Ana ulti going. But, yeah, I definitely want to see some sort of, like, synergy between you if you were going to duo queue. Because it just makes games so much easier that way. Also here, it's not that quiet if you have like a decent headset, but you hear Reaper teleport. He says repositioning right there. You should call that out. Right there. Oh
yeah, I kind of heard it a little bit.
Yeah, but like you need to call that out. Like to your team, just be like, "Yo, Reaper left side." Heard him just teleport. Symmetra takes him out.
I don't know if I heard it at the time.
Yeah. You gotta be listening out for that stuff. Like, yeah. You have stereo headset, right? Or just any sort of headset?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, you need to be paying attention. Do you play with music on? I didn't hear any here. No? Okay, good.
I don't know if you even put it up yet.
Yeah, you just gotta be listening out for stuff and just pay more attention to it. Because the sound design is pretty fucking amazing in this game. And, like, you could just absolutely hear everything. You don't really need to amp it up right there. He's got Zen Orb. You can just fall back for half a second. I mean, yeah, like, right here you start going up towards Hanzo, and just, there's another situation where I'm just like, please just practice wall riding.
I can't wall ride for shit.
Because, like, you're sitting on 1 and 2 people on auras, and then you're just kind of, like, jumping around, so, like, if you're really gonna try this DSP Stanky style, which I really don't think you should, unless you get your aim up, you really need to work on wall riding and practice that, and then practice shooting. Here Winston jumps on Hanzo, you and Hanzo. I would say speed boost, like you need to speed boost here and then boop Winston away. You just kind of heal him. Like in this situation, you just kind of heal Hanzo, and Winston's still getting damage on you and him. That means he's getting ult charge, which means he's going to be able to, you know, be a ruckus that much sooner. If you speed boost and boop him away, then start healing Hanzo, then, you know, he doesn't get the ult charge, and you guys are completely out of danger. I mean speed boost amp here. Okay. I would do, like, in the defense, on defense, like, you do use the amp, you'd use it for healing, though. Like, if you do speed boost, get Hanzo away, knock him away, you guys are safe. I would kind of stick with the Hanzo there, though, in that situation, because you can kind of follow up, get a little bit more DPS on the Winston, and just kind of, make sure he's not a threat anymore. Because you want to be ensuring the safety of your teammates. Like, when you play support in general, first off, you want to make sure you're alive. You want to make sure that you're in a safe position where you can, get out heals, get out, the abilities that you need to. And then you need to worry about your teammates, their well-being. So, right there, that would have been a really good opportunity. You get really close to dying there. If that shoulder was so close to you. But yeah, Zenyatta ults. They get the res.
Did we get the Mercy?
You get lucky there. Reinhardt doesn't hit you with the shoulder again.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you guys just kind of win right here, so there's nothing really too much. But I think you really need to be using Boop a lot more. It's such a low cooldown ability and costs pretty much nothing besides some ammo. Yeah. I mean, defense Lucio, you kind of want to be more frivolous with amp it up. Yeah, you could just use it like as much as you want, basically. Like, you see the situations, like, to peel off stuff, like peel off the Winston, peel off, like, the enemy engaging on you. Like, that's what you want to use it for on defense, but, like, if the enemy team doesn't have a Lucio for whatever godforsaken reason on offense, you could just kind of use amp it up whenever the fuck you want, so. But, I mean, like, 90% of the time they're going to be running Lucio on offense because it's just so damn good. Yeah, another opportunity is to just right-click him off of you. He's just getting more ult charge right now. Yeah. Like, he was probably like 95% right there on ult.
Get the gate, get the gate.
Like, that's a good ulti.
Run on point?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is like just learning, like, you need to learn to play like the team better rather than playing like Lucio, I guess.
Nice job, guys.
Like, you guys win the game, but like, the team coordination just wasn't really there. I mean, defense wasn't really an issue. It was just mostly the offense definitely needs work. You need to work with your team to group up, get the speed boost going so that you can actually win and get points. I don't know, get pushes going. Anything you want to say or have any questions about?
Not necessarily. I guess, like, more so just for a recap, like, things that I should focus on doing more is utilizing speed boost to save people rather than healing them, because that's usually what I'll, like, instinctively do first. Is like, oh, someone's attacking my teammate, like, instead of speeding them out, what I'll do is I'll usually, like, 9 times out of 10 I'll amp up a heal.
Yeah, I mean,
but I guess that's like where it can be. I mean, it's definitely situational.
Yes.
But I guess that's where a more aggressive play style would, I guess, like, come in handy to, instead of running away from the enemy, you amp up the speed so you allow your teammate to run out and then you boop them. Like, that creates a lot more distance.
Yeah.
Between that enemy and your teammate who's getting attacked. So yeah, I'll definitely be using that a lot more.
Yeah, you definitely, like, I'm not saying like you should speed boost in and boop something like all the time, but like this, like, you don't want to go out of position for it. Like, okay, let's say it's like a Roadhog who's kind of by himself and he hooks your soldier. Like, you can speed boost in there, like, while the hook's going out, you see it's going to hit soldier, boop the Roadhog so it disorients him, he can't get the one shot on the soldier, you guys are both able to run free. That's where it's kind of like, speed boost is more worth it than healing, because you can't heal the one shot, you can disorient him to make it so that he can't get the one shot. which saves his life. You need to like know those situations where it's like, okay, the enemy Reinhardt is just mowing through my team right now, and I already used my amp it up, but I still have boop up. You can boop him away. He's not massacring your team because he's just out of there. You create space for your teammates. So I mean, I would say you need to use boop more often as a defensive measure to save yourself and teammates. That's what it's there for, really. Only speed boost when you're on attack. Only speed boost for pushes, and make sure the push is safe before you do so. So like in the situation where you guys actually did end up pushing and taking point, that was honestly a pretty bad push, just because you speed boosted in, there were still Symmetra turrets up. There was still Maywall up. Like, you need to kind of weaken their defenses before you actually go for that push. So, like, you need to read the team comp and just, like, in that situation, just be like, Brian, we need a D.Va, we need a Winston, we need to bait out that Maywall and make sure that we have the turrets taken down so that we can actually make a successful push. So you need to read team comp better, I definitely think. And it's fine to ask people to, switch up. That's your call for Chinese.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Sorry.
My back hurts.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I sent them to go get it.
All right, cool.
Okay,
So just to finish up, yeah, I mean, you just need to like amp it up is a really long cooldown for a good reason, because it's an insanely strong ability. So on offense, you really need to be saving those for situations where it's like my entire team just got nuked by so and so, like just like I don't know, Pharaoh rockets or Junkrat bombs. Like they're starting to take a lot of damage. I need to use heal. Or on offense, you need to get those pushes going, 100%. Your ultis you could have definitely used better, except for like last point on defense, the last fight. Like all your other ultis were kind of not very good. I mean, you kind of. Let me see. The first one you could have used on Anna to save her from the Mei ult and that death, which would have made taking point 1 much better. And then when you guys should have been pushing on to second point, but then you guys were kind of all split up. It kind of like you used it when you were completely alone and pretty much dead anyway. So I think that you need to, when you're going to be playing Lucio, you really need to get team coordination down. I know it's solo queue or duo queue, but you really need to work with your team, because you're affecting the entire team. So if there aren't people around you, you're not really effective. So you just gotta make sure that you're bringing the team together, because that's kind of what Lucio does. So, I mean, defense, he played it fine, except for like the jumping around like a maniac when you could have just been sitting in the back healing. Otherwise, I think everything was decent. Offense definitely needs a lot of work, which is where Lucio is best at. So, and I also do think that you should try out hold for crossfade. I think that maybe try it out, just see how it is. But yeah, creating space with boop, making sure your ultis are landing and negating enemies' ultis,
Hmm.
and using speed boost to make pushes guaranteed and working with the team. I think that's like the main like 4 points. Um, yeah. Uh, Stop playing like DSP stanky. Unless you're really going to go hard and like only play Lucio for a while.
Hmm.
I would say just don't really bother. Uh, cause like it's just not efficient if you don't have the aim like he does, or don't have like um the wall riding ability.
Yeah. The
So
way he puts it is it's very very high risk, but you know high reward,
of
at least in
course,
his opinion. Others' opinions, I'm sure.
absolutely.
Um, Trust me, I know there's so many people who hate his playstyle, because of how risky it is, and like once you're down to support, like you could easily throw a game just by yourself, just by putting yourself out of position like that.
Yeah,
Um, the main reason I want to try and learn it is just because it looks like the most fun. I mean,
yeah.
I like playing Lucio and I like wall running, and I'm definitely like I'm practicing at it, and I don't think I'm like the worst at it, but obviously I can get a lot better.
Mhm.
But um, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I do want to have the most fun playing him.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I feel like I don't know, it's just like a really interesting, like fun play style that like yeah, I mean, aim is a huge thing with it, but
Yeah, that's pretty
the
much
way I
all that
look at it, like
matters. Cause you're gonna be like
the
1v1 skirmishing people, you know.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, like Blizzard gave him the ability to use his auras and shoot at the same time
Mhm.
for a reason, whether that's either to like provide suppressive fire or to do what he does.
Mhm.
And so I think once I get like better aim with him, I'll want to keep working on it. But what would you say I could do to still try and practice the play style in a I guess a more serious way than like quick play? Because it's kind of weird. Like I'm in a weird limbo of like I know there's the standard way of playing him, how everyone else plays him, and that it's standard, but it works,
Mhm.
and people look for that in competitive play.
Mhm.
And then you get in a situation where it's in quick play, so the game doesn't really matter. But that's exactly the point: is the game doesn't matter to pretty much everyone, so you can't
Mhm.
really practice it effectively.
I mean, the first thing I would say is practicing wall riding.
Uh huh.
That's the first thing, and then um, once you like know the maps, know where you can wall ride, what you can like, what little tricks you can do, um,
I
going from
mean,
that and
for
mhm.
for me, there were like probably three moments where I said, okay, the wall ride was shit,
Mhm.
and that was one when I basically fell off that cliff on attack.
Mhm.
The second one was when I wasted my ult the second time and I got like caught on the doorway.
Mhm.
And then the third was on defense when I was trying to meet up with the Hanzo.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
mean, like, you need to fully understand and like know your limits for it, because otherwise, it's going to make it so you're gonna get into a situation where you panic,
mhm.
and it's just like since you didn't practice it or like know like the area of the map that you're fighting on, and you're trying to do a skirmish or a 1v1 with somebody, it's going to be like, okay, I just kind of died because I fell off of the pole I was kind of trying to dance on, but
Right.
you're just going to be doing that a lot and just be dying, losing skirmishes. And like
Hmm.
DSP could do it because he knows how like the jumping mechanics and wall riding mechanics work, and I think that you need to understand that a little bit better. Even though it like only happened a few times that game, I'm sure it'll
Hmm.
happen more times in other games on other maps. So
Yeah, I mean, later that night I actually watched. There's a wall riding fundamentals guide that kind
mhm.
of explains the mechanics of it. I think
Mhm.
Blizzard fixed the 3 second duration though on going
Yes.
on a wall,
Mhm.
so that's no longer in place. But yeah, I mean, like I know about like the uneven surfaces, how it can reset the wall. I know that you can't go in the same direction of a wall
Mhm.
unless you like go on a different wall.
Yeah.
Uh, I know what else. That was really like the main points that they were stating, but um, and then obviously the 3 second duration is no longer existent. But
Hmm. But yeah,
uh,
I
so
mean,
how would you like to see for future VODs? Because I'm definitely planning on sending you more Lucio VODs to review. How in the future would you like to see, I guess, the progression of that if you want me to play in a more standard
play
style?
play macro game. Play, like I said, play the team. Play to
Hmm.
protect your team and protect yourself rather than playing aggressively.
Hmm.
The only times I'd say to play aggressively is to save somebody. Um,
Okay.
and the times when you do want to be aggressive is when you are on offense and need to make a push and you know it's safe to make that push.
Okay.
Um, but you're not the one being aggressive, it's your whole team, and you have to call out those speed boosts. I think that every time you speed boost, you should have a countdown before you do it,
Hmm.
and do it like a couple seconds beforehand. Like,
Sure.
of course it's a countdown, but like
Hmm.
just be like, okay, we're gonna be pushing in. Let's go this side. 3, 2, 1, speed boost or something along those lines.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Okay.
I mean, going back to the whole like playing like DSP Stanky, I think you need to learn the fundamentals of playing Lucio first before you start doing that.
Sure.
Definitely the wall riding. The next thing I would say is practice on bots with Lucio's projectiles, working on aim that way.
Hmm.
Um, or just try playing other heroes that are aim intensive and have a similar sort of thing going on, like a Zenyatta, like Soldier.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Soldier's more hit scan, right?
he
I
is
mean,
hit
like,
scan, but he's tracking in the same sense that you kind of want to do as Lucio.
yeah.
So I mean,
Like with
like,
Lucio, there's so much to take into account because his projectiles they don't move that fast.
yeah,
So I mean, obviously, the further that you are, the more you have to compensate, and that could definitely be hard for people that don't want to get hit.
hmm.
Because at the end of the day, people aren't just going to stand there and let you hit them, and I mean
Then how about
that's
this?
just part of
When
beating an
you
enemy.
play quick play
Hmm.
Lucio and practice a lot, like do what like a standard Lucio would do, but
Hmm.
practice on trying to land every single shot on enemies.
Okay,
All right.
and
Um,
then
like start with big targets, go for just tanks at the
mhm,
beginning, then start trying to get a little bit more intricate. Start trying to like aim at like the Annas in the back or like the Zenyatas.
sure.
You could also try to practice on Zenyatta or Genji. You could try to practice aiming on them because they have projectiles that are fairly slow,
Hmm.
that are similar to Lucio's. So those are.
What would you say is like a good average goal accuracy percentage to hit
I don't care about
like per game?
percentages.
No.
Just whenever you start feeling like your aim is getting better,
Uh huh.
that's like a lot of it is feeling, and like you can't just kind of you can't just have like numbers determine everything. You kind of
Hmm.
have to do stuff and let the numbers get determined by your actual improvement, because
Okay.
stats can show a lot, but your actual performance means a lot more.
Hmm.
So like something I told Jaden, and I think the last VOD, or like when I first started reviewing his VODs, was like, don't worry about the rank that you're at, worry about improving your own gameplay, and then the rank will come. I think that's kind of something that pertains to you here too. Like, you kind of have to learn the fundamentals of what you want to be doing, and then everything else will come too. So
Sure.
yeah, definitely practice the wall riding, practice the aiming, and then after that, all like you get all those good, and you feel starts feeling good, you can start playing the style.
Sure. And then
Yeah.
I guess a final question just to follow up on that. Like once we get to that point,
Mhm.
I feel like it would be really helpful because a lot of the time when you watch like live streams or professional play,
Mhm.
you're kind of just experiencing what's going on. You obviously don't really have the affordability to pause a live stream and break it down.
Mhm.
So when when and if I do get up to that point, um would you want to go through like a VOD, say like I could like record one of like DSP Stanky's games, right?
Mhm.
And then we can actually like go through and kind of review that so you can
Yeah, we
I
could
guess
do
kind
that.
of see what he's doing. I guess give me like a perspective so I could be like, okay, that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
just like in a game sense tone. I
Yeah,
think that would
definitely.
help out a lot. Okay, cool.
I mean, like he plays Lucio very selfishly, which I don't think
Yeah.
is the way to play Lucio. That's the reason I hate his playstyle. Um, I mean, it's definitely a lot of fun, and I mean, if you want to learn it, I would say do the things that I said, and then you can start having fun. I know it sounds so shitty, but like it's like you kind of have to get good before you can start having fun.
Yeah.
So it's like you need to put in the work, and then you start getting to that fun point. Um, so we can look at VODs, but the fundamentals that I told you definitely needs to be worked on before we start going to that point, I think.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. Like I'm saying, that's like probably further down the road. Like
Yeah.
after obviously I improve.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely that would help out.
But yeah, I wish you luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the Lucio gameplays, see how you improve. You can also send me more Anna. I know she just got nerfed, but I don't think it's going to affect her too much. I think she's still pretty good at what she's at.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send you some more support, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much always playing support at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if you play something else, you kind of want to stick to what you know anyway, so
Yeah. Definitely.
that's how you
I
want
mean,
to play it.
I'll flex if I have to,
Mhm.
but it's at the very least. Like I could play soldier to some extent. Like I'm not like pro soldier, but like if we need DPS, sure.
Mhm.
Tank, I could probably. Actually, I could do Reinhardt on tank, so
Yeah.
it's okay. And then yeah, that's about it. Oh, and May
Yeah.
if we need extra defense. But yeah. All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.